Okay, this video, we will be looking at increasing and decreasing function. Okay, let's look at increasing first. What do you all think an increasing function looks like? If it keeps on increasing, what does it look like? An example is exponential function. If you just draw, it will look something like this, right? Okay. Okay, there are some properties that comes with increasing function. Okay, notice anything about the gradient of increasing function? And this is yes. Remember my exponential function? It looks something like that. Okay, and you all realize anything about the gradient? Let's say if I draw a line at this point, a tangent, to calculate the gradient. What would the gradient be? I wouldn't know the value, but the gradient would be always positive. If I look at this point, is the gradient still positive? It's always going up, right? Up and up and up and up. So my dy dx, which stands for gradient, it will always be more than, if it's positive, it's more than 0. Can be 0.5, can be 0.75, can be 1, can be 5. So dy dx is always positive. Same thing for decreasing function. What will the decreasing function look like? It will always go down, down, down. An example like this. Down, down, down. Sometimes it can cut the x-axis. An example, one example. If you draw tangent cutting through one point, every single point, what do you notice about my gradient? Less than 0, which means it's what? Negative. And it's always negative. Okay, for the other one, it's always positive. Okay, so in all, I'm saying that for increasing function, my gradient is always positive because dy dx stands for gradient. Okay, for decreasing, the gradient is always negative. Okay, if you look at question 9, okay, given that y is this, 1 mark, find dy dx. Okay, let's try to do it in 1 minute. Okay, this is my most concise step for dy dx. Okay, then now we will answer part 2. Okay, find the range of values of x for which this function is decreasing. What does it mean by decreasing? What can you tell me about dy dx, which is the gradient? Positive or negative? Negative, less than 0, right? So it means next step for my part 2 answer, my dy dx is less than 0. Okay, copy down everything. Less than 0. Okay, we just have to solve the inequality. Find the range of x. Do I have to care about the denominator? If I multiply the denominator on both sides, 0 times anything is just 0, right? I just care about the numerator, which means is this. Multiply both sides by the denominator. I don't care the denominator anymore. And then you just solve for x, okay? Remember, quadratic, quadratic means cannot solve, cannot put 3 on the other side and solve, no. What do you have to do? F it. What does F mean? Factorize. Okay, of course, sorry. Maybe I'll do this. Okay, why I want to do this? Because I want to work with positive 8. My coefficient try to be positive so that my graph can be a U-shape. I rather work with U-shaped graph than N-shaped graph. I divide by 3 on both sides, can or not? Can it just be simplified like this? Then we factorize. A square minus B square is A plus B, A minus B. Okay, So from this one, what are the critical points? Critical values. Means what are my roots for x? This one, right, will give me -1. This one will give me 1. So it means that my critical values are this and this. These are my roots. Okay, then you solve quadratic. Okay, so I know this is positive. I'll take the positive region and then write my final answer. X is less than -1. X is less than -1 or X is more than 1.